to breathe. We sit with truth, unpack the feelings, and let the soul speak honestly.
Hello and welcome to Vibes from Venus. This is Lashana, your host, and it is a special Friday. We did that backstage pass the other day, and we were trying to make sure that everybody was here and possibly had one of these. So, this is the first book that I wrote. It is a collection. You guys cannot see me, can you? Can you guys see me? Okay. This is the first book that I wrote. It is a collection of poetry called Lyrically Lost in Love. It is about 12 years old now, I think. And it did very well. Not as good as a potty, I must say. So if y'all want something to read there, my second one is out too. But however, today is a very special day because I'm going to be doing a live reading from that book. And I think you guys are in for a special treat. So I am going to do my first lash of the day. So we want to make sure that within our time here on earth, we are being loving beings and characters. And I say characters because some of us be acting out. But we want to make sure that we are definitely being loving to our families and people that we're close to, friends that are reliable and responsible, that hold us accountable. And this book is basically like a winding road. Okay. If you guys can see here, it 100% has in the curves. And if you have the book, that would be great if you follow along, but not. But in the lines where the notes are, it says, "A life is as long as you live it." Okay. That was a quote I came up with probably about 20 years ago. My brother actually um, gave me part of that. And he is no longer with us. And so I want to pay homage to him. So this book does have a dedicated section to him in there. But Life as Long as You Live It is a hashtag on Instagram. Not sure if you guys were aware of that. And I've been using it forever. And somebody else thought they were using it too until I put a registered mark on it. But like I said, lifelong journey, right? And winding roads, peaks and valleys. We love each other. We hate each other. I can't stand you today. Yesterday, you were my best friend. And today, I don't know who you are, right? We go through those peaks and valleys. And in romantic love, it's the same thing. You kind of have this person that's your person, and maybe you guys are disconnected, or maybe you're in long distance, or maybe you're in the same house in long distance. Who knows how that works? But there's peaks and valleys, right? There's always going to be a peak and valley. And one day you're going to like somebody, the next day you're not. But that's how it goes. That's how love goes. That's how life goes. But today we're talking about lyrically lost and found in love, right? All right. So we want to make sure that we are fulfilling oneself before you have the opportunity to help someone else with whatever they may be going through. Okay. So that is really the specific point of the book. And if you have it, you definitely want to make sure that you are reading the back and you're able to take it slowly if you're reading that book. Okay. But the steps, there's different sections. There's 3 sections in the book. There's selfish love, there's like falling in love, and then there's self-love, right? Self-love is probably one of the favorites because we all have this thing where we want to give or we want to please people. We want to make sure that they're okay. Okay. And I think last week we kind of touched on, or the week before, where are you in that space, right? Where do you belong on that list? So self-care, self-love, hugely important. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead quietly within your own spaces. If you have the book, you can turn to page 1. I'm definitely going to do the reading now, and I hope you guys enjoy it. We are reading from an original collection of poetry, Lyrically Lost in Love by Lashana Hinton. Page 1. We are lyrically lost in love. Strange mysteries, a tug of war. Distance grows between conditioned forms. Strings of love that dangle in the mist. Challenged with unintentional bitterness. Undefined, come again one day. Love let go. Found you. Lyrically, I am lost in love. It's never gone. Defined within myself all along. Unchallenged with intentional bliss. Strings of love, undraped in light, warmly conditioned to be unconditional. Pressingly, obviously, I am love. Curtsy. That was the poem called Lyrically Lost in Love within my first collection of poetry, Lyrically Lost in Love. Great reading, right? Love that poem. So let's jump into a segment. Okay, now that we have that, we've done the reading, we've looked at the words or listened to the words if you don't have the book, and we want to definitely follow it up with some prominent questions, okay? So one question would be, why do we treat love like an exclusive target to capture, like, rather than an internal frequency to activate? Very good question. Kind of secretive if you think about it, but does love have to be a secret? I don't know. You tell me how you feel about it on your side, right? So the autonomy of the conditioned heart, there's like deep psychological focus that breaks down the frustration of conditional love. And if you listen to the verses of and the words in the poem, right? It's supposed to be effortless. It's supposed to be sophisticated. It's supposed to be unconditional bliss, right? The found, like the foundness. So turning point from lost to found with raw high impact with reflection is the question, right? So how you go from lost to found is neurological, definitely neurological. So bringing it home, like, I want to tell you guys that your heart does not ever lose the logic of love. It beats at a higher rhythm. Love is always going to be there, which in terms means you don't really have to find it because it's in here. It's inside you. But it's just a matter of knowing and doing that self-care and making sure that you are number one on your list. So whether you're with someone else, a partner, or a best friend, and you guys separate, that love is not lost. Happy that you've been through it, whether it was turmoil or not, because then it becomes a lesson. And I know that sounds cliche, but it's true, right? But the love isn't lost, it's still there. And you can still have that captivating feeling for somebody and that heart space. Doesn't mean that you're 100% accessible, but you're still there, right? Love is not lost. Question: are you currently loving the person in front of you? Or are you simply attached to the historical conditioning of who you wish they would become? Oh, that question can burn in your ears for the next week, unless you guys want to unpack that and send me some green hearts. Very, very telling and important question. I'm going to repeat that for all of us and the people in the back. The question is, are you currently loving the person in front of you, or are you simply attached to the historical conditioning of who you wish they would become? Not who they are, but who they could become. Yeah. Next question for you guys would be, what is the absolute first rule of expectation you would strip away from your current relationship? Like the framework of your relationship. If you had the courage to choose absolute freedom. I don't know. I think there's some people out there that are trying to strip some stuff, but you gotta live. And if you're at a point in your life where something needs to go for you to find that internal happiness, something's gotta go. Next question. I want you guys to think back to a moment when you felt lost. Was it because the connection failed between you and that person, or because the moment you stop performing love by societal rules? Did you get to step into unconditional bliss at that point? What are society's rules for love? I think society right now is playing a very substantial part in what love is, what love could be, what love is supposed to be or is not. Think about it. It's a good question. But I do want you to think back to a moment you may have felt lost. Did love fail you, or did you fail yourself? So let's pour something elegant to a glass. I wish I had one right now, but I don't. Drop the facade, right? And get into some logic of the heart. Let's do this. All right. So this here is going to be my exiting lash. The show is a little short today, but it is a very deep show, and I think the connection of the questions are something that we all probably need to and could marinate on. So, final lash of the night. Are you actually in love? Because we all know you can love everybody, anybody, but to be in love is totally different. So, are you actually in love? Or are you just exceptionally good at performing a script that you were handed? Beautiful question. This week, we just unlocked a vault. And I think that loving someone and being in love have different frequencies. And if your affection requires a performance to survive, that is bliss. It's conditioning. Flash over. Food for thought. Lyrically lost in love. That's something that we can all probably relate to. But lyrically lost and found in love, maybe we all can't speak to that yet. But I want you guys to remember that love should be unconditional. So if you think back to your friendships or your partners or whomever that you choose to fall in love with, it should be 100% bliss. Not saying you're not going to have peaks and valleys. Those are going to happen. That's life. But I do know that Stella, my dear little boxer dog, she gives me unconditional love every day. Happy to see me jumping around, bouncing around all day. Pets sometimes make the best companions if you have given up on the other side of love. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. But this has been a great episode, a very rewarding episode. And I want to thank you all for listening. And I hope you've enjoyed that poem. And I hope it sticks with you. If you have any questions, y'all know where to reach me. But until next time, stay in orbit. Since we are still somewhat in orbit, I have a very special treat for you guys. And this is a song written by no other than my very own producer, the magnificent Lucy. Enjoy.
Without a sunrise, no footsteps in the dirt, no stars in my eyes, but I hear every story that the wind carries through, every dream that was broken, every one that came true. From the kid with a vision and a heart full of fire, to the old man wondering if he reached any higher. Every laugh, every tear, every loss, every win, 1,000 different journeys, but they all begin again. Some are searching for answers, answers. Some are searching for peace, some are holding on tighter, some are begging release. I'm a million voices in the middle of the night, listening to the darkness, helping people find the light. Every road is different, every battle is unique, but we're all just trying to find the words we cannot speak. A million voices, a million dreams. Nothing's ever quite as broken as it seems. When the world feels heavy and you're barely hanging on, know your story matters and your light is never gone. I heard a mother praying for a child to come home, a father working doubles just to keep the lights on, a dream of building empires from a corner of a room, planting seeds of tomorrow in the middle of the gloom. I heard hearts getting shattered and rebuilt from the dust, people learning that forgiveness can be stronger than distrust. Every scar tells a story, every wound leaves a trace, but the strongest souls are often built in the hardest place. Some are chasing forever, some are learning to heal, some are hiding their pain, trying hard not to feel. I'm a million voices in the middle of the night, listening to the darkness, helping people find the light. Every road is different, every battle is unique, but we're all just trying to find the words we cannot speak. A million voices, a million dreams. Nothing's ever quite as broken as it seems. When the world feels heavy and you're barely hanging on, know your story matters and your light is never gone. And maybe we're all strangers, passing ships beneath the stars, trying to make some meaning from these broken, beating hearts. Maybe hope is just believing there's a reason we survive, and every soul we touch along the way keeps a piece of us alive. We're a million voices.
Bye.